Virtual reality is commonly referred to as VR. It creates a fully artificial digital environment. It is very similar to, but should not be confused with, augmented reality or AR. AR overlays virtual objects on a real-world environment, but the two are not the same. Mixed reality, or MR, blends virtual reality and augmented reality by anchoring virtual objects to the real world, and a great example of this is the recent Weather Channel's description of rising floodwaters during hurricanes. Mixed reality can also be referred to as extended reality. Virtual reality is not new, as it has existed for some educational purposes. A great example is the training of pilots in the form of flight simulators for over half a century. VR is most commonly associated with headsets like PlayStation VR and HTC Vive. These are known for displaying immersive virtual environments that are primarily used for gaming. As with any new technology, teaching method, or program, it is important to consider potential issues. There are some potential issues that should be considered before investing in VR. Students will need to be supervised when using VR, as the students are not able to see their surroundings with their headsets on. This means that areas should be clear of obstacles around the viewer. In some cases, the teacher may need to monitor and move the cables. Some researchers have cited some ethical and physical concerns as well. A few examples include desensitization and the potential for seizures in some cases. A common concern is that viewers can make people feel nauseous. Therefore, it is recommended that students only use VR for limited amounts of time, in some cases allowing a student to use the device for 5 minutes and then rotating students through the experience may work well for a whole class experience with limited headsets. More practical issues include some of the following. There can be some software usability issues. It can be bulky and involve intricate setups. A lot of teacher training is often required. Students must also be trained in its use. It is recommended that the headgear and controllers be wiped down after each use due to the fact that students may sweat and for sanitary reasons. There are still limitations in the technologies themselves, and this brings us to our next point of discussion: expenses and other considerations. When dealing with VR, there are a lot of differences in quality. Oculus Rift and HTC Vive are two of the leaders in the industry. Prices have come down in recent years and are likely to continue to drop, but one headset and the controls run around $400. A gaming computer is also recommended for driving the VR applications. This is where a major expense comes into play. A good computer will run between $3,000 to $4,000. Some type of display is also recommended so that students not viewing a device can see what is on the device. This can be achieved by using a projector and a screen or a large TV. Due to all the requirements, a dedicated room is advisable. Google is trying to change the industry, and that what was previously expensive, highly specialized, and fixed to one location has now become cheap, available for general use, and portable. This is being achieved using Google Cardboard. There are several options available through Google and Amazon. Prices vary, but the official Google Cardboard headset is $15 per unit. Some devices are as cheap as $2. Quality is a major concern as far as the actual VR experience. Google Cardboard will work best with the following: apps, Android 4.1 or higher, iOS 8.0 or higher, smartphones with screen sizes 4 to 6 inches. Remember that in this case, a smartphone replaces the gaming computer, which makes the Google product and other similar devices more affordable. However, keep in mind also, quality and experience may diminish. Equipping schools with kits are options, but these do become more expensive. For instance, Best Buy has several kit options. These options allow a class to collaborate while learning and will provide a school with all the equipment required to get started. Kits range in prices starting around $3,000, but they can go up to nearly $10,000 depending on the number of units and preferences in the kits. It will be essential for educators to carefully consider the costs and value of these systems for teaching and learning. Many institutions will need to upgrade their hardware to be operational. With all these considerations out of the way, we now consider why VR is an emerging technology in education and why it should be highly considered. According to research, VR can make lessons engaging and exciting. It improves retention and reduces classroom distractions. It supports a variety of learning styles applicable to every subject. Students learn skills that can be very hard to comprehend as they are able to visualize and work on subjects that would in some cases be impossible without this technology. Examples include working on a space station, going inside a biological cell, visiting a World War I trench, visiting a remote cave to view Native American art, traveling in outer space, and going on virtual field trips as examples. Analysis of research demonstrates that the potential of VR to motivate students is exceptional. VR offers collaborative opportunities for students to engage in a topic. Several studies have uncovered their potential in language learning and religious classes. Research results demonstrate that participants in the VR condition versus the FS or flat screen condition rated their enjoyment and interest higher. It has the potential to help students deeply connect with the material they are learning in a way that has never been possible before. Some researchers claim that VR is appropriate for all students and would be of particular benefit for those with learning challenges because of its immersive qualities and engaging content. What's beginning to bubble up more frequently, however, according to Chelsea Waite, Program Director for Global Learning at Digital Promise Global, isn't so much the consumption as how students are making use of new technologies to be creators. This is being accomplished through filmmaking projects where students create films that can be used in VR applications. VR is also being used in teacher training. For example, teachers can practice their classroom management skills with programs that focus on learning to manage disruptive student behavior in face-to-face, one-to-many teaching scenarios. It can convey manageable situations of believable classroom situations, including disruptive bad behaviors by virtual students. This is very similar to how pilots have been trained for years. With all the potential, it is no wonder that VR is beginning to emerge in schools. The expectation is that this will continue to grow in future years with better quality and more applications. If a school has the resources in their technology budget, it is certainly worth considering. Many applications are available, and Google Earth VR would be a great place to get started.